Hello Army, BTS Taehyung and Jungkook are currently in Japan. The two of them went to Enoshima Island, Kanagawa, also known as Lover's Hill near Kamakura. This island has the Dragon Bell located at the top of the hill. You will surely be surprised by what Taehyung and Jungkook did there. They placed a lock with both of their names on it. Taehyung and his husband hope that their love will last forever. This information was obtained from one of the staff members who works with Taehyung. We are not joking. We have insiders to get this information. I just want to share my happiness with you all. I love Taehyung and Jungkook very much. Please respect each other and do not insult Taehyung and Jungkook. Watch the continuation of this video and don't miss it. Before we start, make sure you're ready to love this moments. Welcome to V Effect. The footsteps of Taehyung and Jungkook echoed in unison as they walked along the quiet pathway in Kanagawa Prefecture. The sea breeze from Sagami Bay blew gently, carrying a fresh salty scent that cooled their faces, partially hidden beneath masks and hats. That day, Japan felt unusually welcoming, offering them a brief space to breathe amid the endless rush of their global schedule that seemed never to stop chasing them. Their destination was Enoshima Island, a small gem located not far from the historic coast of Kamakura. This island was not merely an ordinary tourist spot for them, but rather an escape that held a promise of eternity. Occasionally laughing at the antics of seagulls flying overhead, Taehyung pointed toward the green hill rising at the center of the island, the place they had secretly set their sights on since planning this journey. They began climbing the steps one by one, passing lush trees that provided natural shade along the trail. Jungkook, with his boundless energy, occasionally made small leaps ahead of Taehyung, then turned back with a wide smile to make sure his companion was not left too far behind. Among rows of souvenir shops and small temples, they felt like two ordinary young men enjoying a simple adventure, free from the camera lenses that usually followed their every move. After quite a long walk, they finally reached the top of the hill, where the Dragon Bell, or Ryuren no Kane, stood proudly facing the vast ocean. The evening sky began painting shades of orange and purple along the western horizon, creating a magical atmosphere that enveloped the entire area. The two fell silent for a moment, captivated by the seemingly endless view of the open sea, as if the world belonged only to them at that instant. Taehyung took a metal padlock from his pocket, a simple object that carried profound meaning for them. They approached the wire fence already filled with thousands of colorful locks left by other couples who had visited before. Each lock held the same hope and prayer, a bond that would never fade with time or circumstance. With slightly trembling hands from emotion, Jungkook held the lock while Taehyung wrote both of their names on it with permanent ink. The writing was simple, yet every stroke carried the weight of emotion and commitment they had built over years together. They exchanged glances, communicating everything that words could not express, about trust and unwavering support. Once their names were clearly inscribed, they attached the lock together to an empty section of the fence. The click of the lock fastening sounded vividly in their ears, marking another promise entrusted to the universe. They let their hands linger on the lock for several seconds, feeling the cold metal contrast with the warmth of their intertwined fingers. Now it was time to perform the ritual they had been anticipating the most, ringing the legendary Dragon Bell. A myth among locals said that if a pair of lovers rang the bell together, their love would remain eternal and unchanged for years to come. For Taehyung and Jungkook, this myth was not merely folklore, but a sincere hope they wished to realize in a world filled with uncertainty. Together, they grasped the thick rope of the bell, exchanging small nods as a sign of readiness to step into a new chapter of their relationship. With one synchronized motion, they pulled the rope, and the clear resonance of the bell echoed across the hill. The sound seemed to pierce the boundaries of sky and sea, announcing to the universe their determination to walk side by side, no matter what the future might hold. The vibration of the bell seemed to travel deep into their hearts, bringing an extraordinary sense of calm after so long struggling under the pressure of fame. They stood side by side beneath the bell structure, allowing its echo to fade slowly, replaced by the crashing sound of waves below the cliff. No words needed to be spoken, for the silence between them was enough to express how meaningful this moment was to their individual journeys. Taehyung gazed at Jungkook with gentle eyes, realizing how far they had come, from their youth and soul to standing atop this hill in Anashima. He felt grateful to have someone who understood his body language without the need for words, a friend and soulmate who had been present through every joy and sorrow. In Taehyung's eyes, Jungkook was home, and this journey to the island was a way to strengthen that home's foundation against any storm. Jungkook returned the gaze with a sincere smile that reached his eyes, feeling the same warmth within his chest. He knew that the world outside might continue to demand and judge them, but atop this hill, all of that felt distant and irrelevant. The lock they placed and the bell they rang symbolized their courage to remain faithful to their feelings, regardless of the obstacles ahead. The sun began to set completely, leaving behind a dim romantic glow around the Dragon Bell. They decided to spend a few more minutes there, simply enjoying the evening breeze that began to chill their bones yet felt warm because of each other's presence. The belief that their love would remain unchanged over time gave them new strength to face tomorrow with heads held high and hearts full. Slowly, they began descending the hill, carrying feelings far lighter than when they had first arrived. Their lock was now part of Enoshima Island's history, joining thousands of other promises hanging along the wooden fences. Though they would soon return to their busy lives, the memory of the bell's sound and the scent of Kanagawa's sea would remain tightly preserved in their minds as a reminder of their sacred promise. As they walked toward the train station in Kamakura, Taehyung casually draped his arm over Jungkook's shoulder, a small gesture reflecting their inseparable closeness. They knew life's journey was still long and that many trials might await ahead. Yet as long as they had each other and the memory of that beautiful day on Enoshima Island, they believed their love would remain eternal, just like the myth of the bell they had rung together. News of this secret journey slowly began to spread, starting from the sincere account of one staff member who had long accompanied Taehyung. The staff member shared how calm their expressions were while planning the trip to Anashima, a journey driven not by work, but by a pure desire to honor the bond they had built. This information spread as a way of sharing happiness, reminding everyone that behind the glittering stage lights, they were two souls deserving of space to pursue happiness and the eternity of their own love. We should offer the highest respect to the story they carved on Lover's Hill. Respecting every step and decision they make is the truest form of love from us as supporters, because every feeling they carry is part of a deeply valuable human journey. There is no room for insults or prejudice, for the happiness they feel is a positive energy that we too can share if we view it with sincere and open hearts. The story of love locks and the chime of the Dragon Bell in Japan becomes a symbol that sincere affection will never fade with time. Taehyung and Jungkook show that amid the immense pressures of the world, preserving genuine feelings is what matters most. By caring for and respecting one another, we are actually building an environment filled with love, where everyone feels safe to love and be loved without fear of painful judgment from others. Sharing this story is a way to celebrate the beauty of deep and supportive human relationships. Our affection for Taehyung and Jungkook should become a bridge to spread kindness to others, not a reason to spark unnecessary debate. When we hear how they wish for their love to last forever, we are invited to offer prayers that every step they take will always be filled with protection, peace, and endless happiness. Let us keep this narrative as a beautiful memory of two individuals brave enough to entrust their hopes to myth and the universe on a small island in Japan. May this happiness belong to all of us who love them in a healthy and respectful way. May the promise they fastened to the Enoshima fence and the bell they rang together continue to echo in our hearts, reminding us that sincere love will always find its way to remain eternal and unchanged through the years. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.